People assume I have a fear of rejection or abandonment. Fake news. I'm in sales. I get rejected every single day. That's not a problem. What I do have a fear of is knowing that a situation or a person is not for me, knowing I need to leave, attempting to leave, and that person will not allow it. I don't want to be held hostage because somebody else can't let me go for their own selfish reasons. Now let's get into it. Family, welcome. It is your favorite emotionally unavailable YouTuber back for another video. Like, share, subscribe, and welcome to Dismissive Me. Family, when I'm in a situation where I'm starting to develop feelings for someone and I'm in this place where I'm starting to get nervous about, do I really have feelings for this person? Or do I just really enjoy how this person makes me feel when I spend time with them? When I'm in this space of trying to figure that all out, I do tend to, I wouldn't say that I tend to totally shut somebody out. That would be inaccurate. But I do take a little bit more time to myself. I do step back a little bit. So, I do kind of catch myself pulling away or getting slightly distant, a little bit quieter, less phone calls, less text messages. After you, or even if I express how I feel, because maybe you said some things and I wasn't necessarily ready for all of that or how it made me feel. Or maybe I told you how I felt and now I'm not really sure. Do I really feel that way or do I feel something else? So while I'm trying to evaluate that, because I feel like maybe I've already made things kind of muddy, I'll kind of start to pull back. And for me, this pull back, it's very different to me from pulling back from someone when I'm not interested, because I'm still keeping the lines of communication open. If I'm on the outside looking in and assessing my behavior, it more seems like, okay, this person it's kind of like I'm aloof. Like they still have access to me, but I'm kind of dry, right? Whereas if I'm no longer interested, if I'm getting ready to say I need some space and I need to not talk to you for a little bit and it's probably going to end in a breakup, then I start to cut communication. Then I'm not being open at all. I'm not letting you think when you text me or call me that I want the conversation to go any further because I'm trying to get as much space and create as much distance as I possibly can. This is a different situation. I am trying to keep the connection going, but I'm also trying to give myself the space to take the time that I need without any outside distraction so I can figure out what I'm feeling. And so this isn't a time where, because I've seen people say things like, has your friends ever convinced you to break up with somebody? My friends had to know that I was seeing somebody. You know what I mean? Hopefully that answers that question. So no, it's not even a matter of me bouncing it off my friends. It's a matter of me just looking at it from my shoes and then trying to look outside and go, okay, what's going on? Let me take a breather, undistracted. I don't have this person around, and really think about how I was feeling in that moment. It could also be that I felt like this person saw me. They gave me praise for something. And while in the moment that feeling seen and understanding that, oh, okay, this person is seeing me a little bit more in depth, then there's after, which is like, I don't know if I like that they're getting to know me like that. I don't know if I consented to letting them in and seeing me in this way. Maybe we're spending too much time together. Maybe I'm being a little too loose with my behavior or what I'm saying. And usually I try to keep it pretty tight with, how do I want to put that? Being vulnerable and really putting myself out there, or expressing myself in a certain way. So even in being seen, it is nice. And there is a lot of comfort that comes with that, and even a little bit of relief. And then there's that also feeling like exposed after, which is like, maybe I'm doing too much. Maybe I'm letting this person too close. Should I be letting this person get close to me? Should this person know that about me though? Even if it's a good thing. It's like, maybe I don't want that person to know I'm actually this nice. Maybe I don't want this person to know that I'm actually this giving. Because when people find out that I'm actually a nice person, like behind the scenes when nobody's looking, people start to act a fool. It's not until I had to show them Shere Khan that people got it right. And I really dislike that it had to get to that point. So for me, there's being seen comes with a risk. So I try to be careful about that, or not let myself be seen until I'm at a certain comfort level. And then also with that pulling away slightly, but keeping the lines of communication open, is I don't want to make this person the center of my existence. So for me, I saw one of my parents just, how do I want to put it? It was more important to be someone's girlfriend or have a romantic title or a romantic partner than it was to do other things. Like dating someone totally consumes them. And then I have another parent who will be married and dating 5 other people, and all of these women are consuming them to the point where, let me not roast this dude. Let me let him live. But you get what I'm saying. I don't ever want another person to be such a distraction that other people clock me as being distracted by this type of attention. Because to me, I don't feel like I need that much validation. My self-esteem isn't built on the validation of another person. I don't need that. And to me, and maybe this is just my perception, but like when I leave my house, my home, and I go out into the world, whether that's work, the gas station, the store, I go to a restaurant and have dinner by myself, I get attention. I'll have a man or a woman, even just people, grandmas, young and old people, tell me that I'm attractive. So for me, if I can go out into the world and random strangers will walk up to me and tell me that I'm attractive, why do I need to center one person to give me all this validation? Am I not fulfilled in myself? Because honestly, some days are times when people come up to me and I feel like even those compliments are too much. Like I don't necessarily want to be seen. But at 5'11", when I walk in a room, I'm typically seen, I'm noticed. And then humbly saying this, also being attractive and making sure that I present myself well, because I don't leave the house looking crazy, is also a thing. So I don't feel like I have to put all my eggs in one basket. So no, that's not talking about dating multiple people at one time. I don't need that level of validation from just one person. When I want someone around, I want them around because I enjoy them. They're enriching my life. They enjoy me. I'm enriching their life. I don't need this person. I want this person. This person doesn't need me. I want this person. And so when you're looking at my other parent who has all these people circling, orbiting around him, they need that validation, because when they don't have that, they don't know what to do. They'll reach out to one girlfriend just to start a fight and then call another one to get him in. To see that in real time was kind of crazy. And then it's like, it's making one person your entire world and even calling them their happiness. Why should I have to give up my happiness for you? It's like, That was such a statement. I'll never forget that as long as I live. Why should I have to give up my happiness for you? A person is your happiness? Can't be. That can never be me. So seeing that, calculating that is like, oh no, a person can't be my everything. So that's another reason why I do this constant. It's not constant, but periodic is probably more appropriate. Periodic reevaluation of the relationship and how I'm feeling, because I don't ever want to be one of those people that needs other people, because I don't. And with that, that also comes with seeing people not being able to end relationships. Like, why would you still be talking to people from 20 years ago that you had romantic relationships with? I don't understand that. Why didn't you cut the cord 20 years ago? I don't understand staying in contact with somebody that I'm not in a relationship with. I don't get it. That doesn't make sense to me. We can either cut the cord or we're still together. Like, that in between to me isn't clean. Like, I like a clean breakup. There's a reason why, and I don't care who it is, there's a reason why somebody refuses to let go of previous partners that they're no longer in a relationship with. And that's because they want the ping of possibility. And it's a dangerous thing. Now, me, this is where I go to ignoring you. My phone contacts are categorized. You are friends and family. You are business. Then there's the all category. And then there's the thread that I have for all of the fake calls and text messages. I just log them all there. If I move you from friends and family, I don't see your text messages unless I go looking for them. I have to search. The ping of possibility is dangerous because it's totally built not on facts, but potential. I don't want to hear from someone that I've already categorized as not for me, or that they have shown me that they're not interested, not taking me serious, or they've shown me behaviors that I don't like. So I don't have to block you. I can just take you out of that category, and then I have to go searching for your messages. Ping of possibility people, okay? They keep engaging. They keep the lines of communication open because secretly, they're being honest. They want to ping from those old people. It gives them something. It gives them that dopamine hit, and they'll go back to texting them. And they'll go, oh, well, because they reached out, maybe there's something still there. Maybe it is meant to be. Maybe it's a dangerous place to be. No. And then it allows people, a certain type of person, they become easy prey because they don't have a simple, solid boundary. I don't want that. I don't want people to think that you could show me that you're not for me and still have access to me, or that, even more embarrassing, that I would set a boundary that I'm no longer interested, or I no longer want to engage in this relationship or with this person. And then you're hitting me up and I'm doubling back on my word. And it's a promise to myself. Why would I give somebody a second chance to hurt my feelings? Why would I give somebody a second chance, a third chance to lie to me, to play me? I don't get that. See, that to me makes me think a couple of things. It makes me think that person is desperate. Because if you disappear, or if you say that you're not interested, or if you make it clear through your behavior that you don't want anything to do with me, and then you come back, I don't have a problem with you ghosting. Between me and you, family, ghosting to me is not that offensive. I totally understand, because most of my audience, I've done a couple of polls on this, is anxious. I can totally wrap my mind around why it's so hurtful, why it shakes people to the core. But for me, I just understand that person has terrible communication skills. And it's just that cut and dry for me. Oh, they're a terrible communicator. Easy. I don't have to deal with them anymore. Point blank, period. But when you come back, I think you're a clown now. It's one thing to be a bad communicator, and I can sympathize with a bad communicator because I've been a bad communicator, and it's not easy to come up out of that and just do certain things. But so I'll give you a pass on that all day long, but it's the coming back. It's like, oh, see, one of us is going to be a clown in this situation. It's not going to be me. I'm not going to re-engage. So I have to have the boundaries. So I kind of got sidetracked on the pain, but that's just me. I don't want to see things that I don't want to see. And when I set a boundary, I set a boundary. I don't want to hear from a past person again. And I know that shakes people up. It makes people very upset. But if I've come to the conclusion that you're not my husband, you are not the one, you're not the one. I don't make excuses. Please. Another thing is I don't want to be physically trapped in a situation. And that doesn't mean you're not letting me out of my apartment or your apartment or your home or out of the car. It means that I could also be physically trapped by having a child with you. So one thing I don't play about is with human life. Okay? I'm not making permanent life decisions with a temporary person or with a person I'm not 150 million% sure is going to be around to take care of my child, make sure that they have everything that they need mentally, emotionally, right? And do all the things. Because again, it's one thing for me and you to not get along. But if I feel like this person don't treat people right, maybe they would even do some crazy stuff. I'm not going to put myself or even a child I could potentially make with you in a position where I feel like this person is unstable or shady or things would get weird because they don't have control over me anymore, that things are going to be a problem. That's not going to work for me. So I'm careful about how I move because I'm not going to be stuck in a situation with somebody and they're not going to let me go. Even when I fell out with my father, he didn't just allow me to leave. And that has to do with knowing too much information and things like that I truly can't get into. But because even though this person was a whole deadbeat, count on one hand how many times I saw him, once I knew too much or he had exposed me to too much of his life that I didn't really ask for, then they couldn't let me go. Then it was a gang stalking situation. Now you're getting your other children that you abandoned together so they can get validation from a bum who really doesn't care about them, right? To stalk and harass me, right? Created a whole false narrative. People that won't let you go are dangerous. They don't care about you. They care about the optics, right? I felt like in my other parents' home, and to put it lightly, I was in a situation that was not good for me and everybody could see it. Not just our family, but even like teachers and staff and stuff like that. This isn't making sense. I'm not thriving in this environment. But leaving me with my grandparents, even though they raised me, the optics didn't look good. So we're going to keep her in this situation where she's not doing too good in it, but the optics are going to look bad if I have a family on this side of town and one of my kids is over here with my parent. It's not going to look good. Optics. Yeah, no, I don't want to be trapped. So that more than rejection is scary to me. Not being able, understanding that somebody doesn't want to let me go. And when I've dated people who had that possessive trait, let me tell you that I slowly backed out of that situation like Homer in that GIF right into the bushes. Yeah, let me get up out of here. Because just as quietly as I came is how quietly I will leave. So getting back into when things feel too real, this is why I reassess. Because am I really having a good time, or am I being lulled into a situation that really is a snake pit and I won't be able to get out of there? So it's that fear of being trapped more than it is the rejection. I would rather you reject me and dump me and say that you're not interested than be around me and not allow me to leave for any reason because your feelings get hurt or whatever. That's far more dangerous. This is why I feel like I'm allowed to change my mind. And so I need to sometimes keep physical and emotional distance. So if I do change my mind, there's less of a fallout or less of a problem, an issue, a blow up at the end. And this is also why, as I've explained, I equate emotional closeness with obligation and loss of autonomy. Because if somebody feels like you belong to them, that's a very dangerous place to be. I don't think that I ever felt possessive over anybody that I dated or was in a relationship with. I just wanted them. They weren't my possession. Like that's two different things. Anyway, because I've already been rambling a lot and said a lot today, I'm going to end it right here. Like, share, subscribe. Let's keep the conversation going down below. I'll be tapping in with you, if not tomorrow, the day after that. And family, I will be tapping in with you very soon. Thank you for your time. Keep it real.